Level 1, the recruitment. You're sitting in a windowless room at the federal building in El Paso. The table is steel, the chairs are bolted to the floor. Special Agent Martinez slides a manila folder across to you. Your mugshot is on top, possession with intent to distribute. 10 to 20 years mandatory minimum. He leans back. Or, we can make this go away. You know what he's offering before he says it. You've moved product for the Sinaloa pipeline for 2 years, small time, border runs, stash houses, you're nobody. But you know faces, you know routes, you know how the handoffs work at the truck stop outside Tucson. We need someone inside, Martinez says, someone they already trust. The folder stays open between you. Your daughter's name is written on a post-it note stuck to the second page. She's 7. Martinez doesn't say anything about her, he doesn't have to. You sign the cooperation agreement at 4:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Your hand shakes. The pen is government issue, cheap plastic, and it barely works. You have to press hard. Your signature looks nothing like you. Martinez gives you a phone. It's a Samsung, 2 years old, screen protector already cracked. You call this number, only this number. You text coded phrases we'll teach you. You never ever say the word FBI out loud again. You walk out of the building into the parking lot. The sun is setting orange over the desert. Your truck is where you left it. The air smells like creosote and exhaust. You sit behind the wheel for 20 minutes before you start the engine. Everything looks the same. Nothing is. Level 2, the first report. You're back at the stash house on Alameda Street. It's a rental, beige stucco, bars on the windows. There are 3 other guys inside playing FIFA on a TV that doesn't quite fit the stand. The couch smells like cigarettes and spilled beer. Your phone is in your pocket. The FBI phone, you've memorized the number 505-867-5309, a fake number that routes through a secure relay. You're supposed to text every 48 hours minimum, more if something big happens. A shipment comes in at midnight. 80 kilos of cocaine in a Honda Odyssey with Chihuahua plates. The driver is a woman in her 50s wearing a church sweater. She looks like someone's grandmother. She probably is. You help unload the bricks into the false floor beneath the water heater. Each one is wrapped in brown tape and plastic. They're labeled with Sharpie, numbers and letters you don't understand. GLZ-14, PAL-09. The coding system changes every month. You go to the bathroom, lock the door, you text, delivery Tuesday, 12:15 a.m. 80 units, Honda van, license plate TRJ4492, driver female 50s. You delete the message from your screen. The phone is set to auto-delete after 10 seconds anyway. You flush the toilet. Wash your hands. Look at yourself in the mirror above the sink. You look the same. You feel like a stranger. Martinez texts back 3 hours later. Received. Continue. Yeah, that's it. No acknowledgement of what you just did. No thank you. You just handed the FBI actionable intelligence on a cross-border trafficking operation, and all you get is continue. You sleep on the couch that night. You dream about the grandmother driver. In the dream, she's baking cookies. You wake up at dawn with your neck stiff and your mouth dry. One of the guys is already up, making instant coffee in a chipped mug. He asks if you want some. You say yes. He doesn't know what you are. Level 3, the promotion. 6 weeks in, you've sent 42 messages to the FBI. Shipment logs, names, locations, license plates. The coded phrases Martinez taught you, my cousin is visiting, means a load is incoming. The plumber came by, means you've identified a new player. The AC is broken means you need an emergency extraction. You haven't used that last one yet. Your handler in the cartel is a man named Chai. He's 32, missing a finger on his left hand from a knife fight in Hermosillo. He calls you Primo even though you're not related. He likes you because you're reliable. You show up. You keep your mouth shut. You don't skim. Chuy calls you to a meeting at a taqueria on Paisano Drive. It's Tuesday afternoon. The place smells like al pastor and grilled onions. There are only 3 other customers. You recognize 2 of them. Cartel. He orders you a jarritos. Tamarind. You're moving up. He says, "You're doing runs now, not just stash house bullshit. Real work. You're going to drive product from El Paso to Albuquerque, 300 miles, I-25 north, a white Ford F-250 with a camper shell, 50 kilos hidden in custom compartments welded beneath the truck bed. Chewy slides you a key. You leave Thursday morning. You deliver to a guy named Flaco at a body shop off Coors Boulevard. He'll text you the exact address. You hand off the product. You drive home. You get paid $5,000. $5,000. That's more than you made in 3 months at the warehouse job you lost last year. You text Martinez that night. Promoted driving shipment Thursday, El Paso to ABQ 50 units. White Ford F250. Plate info coming. Martinez calls you. The phone vibrates in your hand. You're alone in your apartment. Your daughter's with your ex-wife this week. Do the run, Martinez says. We'll track you. We won't intercept. We need you deeper. Deeper, you repeat. You're doing great, he says. It's the first time he said anything like that. You hang up. You don't feel great. You feel like you're standing on ice that's starting to crack, but the only way out is forward. Level 4, the driver. You're behind the wheel of the F250 at 6 a.m. on Thursday. The sun is just coming up over the Franklin Mountains. The truck drives smooth, too smooth for a vehicle carrying 50 kilos of cocaine. The suspension's been upgraded. The shocks are custom. This truck was built for this. Your FBI phone is in your sock. Your real phone is on the dashboard mount. Spotify is playing Corridos, Chalino Sanchez, the same music Chewy listens to. You're wearing a Dickies work shirt and a baseball cap with a construction company logo. You look like every other contractor on the highway. The drive takes 4.5 hours. You stop once for gas in Socorro. You pay cash. You don't make eye contact with the attendant. You buy a Gatorade and a bag of Takis. You eat them in the truck with the windows down. I-25 is straight and empty. The desert stretches out on both sides. Brown dirt, scrub brush, billboards for casinos and personal injury lawyers. You pass a state police cruiser at mile marker 127. Your hands tighten on the wheel. He doesn't even glance at you. You're invisible. Fleco texts you the address at 10:30 a.m. It's a body shop called Elite Auto Works on Coors Boulevard. You pull into the lot at 11:15. There are 3 cars in various states of disassembly. A Honda Civic with no hood, a Chevy Tahoe on jack stands, a Dodge Charger with the windshield missing. Flacco comes out of the garage bay. He's shorter than you expected. Wireframe glasses, grease on his hands. He looks like an accountant who happens to fix cars. He doesn't say hello. He just points to a loading dock in the back. You reverse the truck up to it. He opens the camper shell. He knows exactly where the compartments are. He pulls out the bricks in under 3 minutes. Fast, efficient. He's done this 100 times. Chewy says you're good people, Flacco says. It's the first thing he said. I just drive, you say. He hands you an envelope. Cash. You don't count it. You get back in the truck. You're back. On I-25 South by noon, you text Martinez from a rest stop outside of Truth or Consequences. Delivery complete. Contact name Flacco. Body shop Coors Boulevard. Martinez. Received. Well done. Next phase soon. You stare at the words next phase. You don't know what that means. That handshake with Flacco will cost you more than you know, but that's 3 levels from now. Level 5. The invitation. You've done 6 runs, El Paso to Albuquerque, El Paso to Phoenix, El Paso to Tucson. The routes blur together. You know every rest stop, every way station, every place where the state police like to sit. You're good at this. That's the problem. Chewy calls you on a Sunday. You're meeting El Gordo. El Gordo, the fat man. You've heard the name. Everyone has. He's the regional distribution chief for the Sinaloa cartel in the Southwest. He controls everything from West Texas to Southern California. He's the one Chewy answers to. He's the one who decides who lives and who doesn't. When, you ask? Tonight, Choi says. Steakhouse on West Side, Los Arcos, 8 o'clock, wear something nice. You don't own anything nice, Wei. You go to a department store and buy a button-down shirt. It's pale blue, still has the cardboard insert and pins in it. You wear your least faded jeans, your boots are work boots, scuffed and dusty, but you clean them in the sink. You text Martinez. Meeting Cartel, regional chief tonight. El Gordo, Los Arcos restaurant, 8 p.m. Martinez calls you immediately. This is big. Wear the wire. The wire. You've been issued a recording device. It's the size of a thick button. It goes under your shirt, taped to your chest. The microphone is a pinhole. The battery lasts 4 hours. You put it on in your apartment. Your hands are shaking so hard you drop it twice. The adhesive sticks to your skin. You can feel it with every breath. Los Arcos is a white tablecloth place, dim lighting, leather booths, a mariachi band plays in the corner. You've never been anywhere like this. Chewy meets you at the door. He's wearing a guayabera and cologne that smells like money. El Gordo is already seated. He's not fat. He's massive. 6'4", 280 pounds of muscle gone soft in the middle, gold Rolex, gold chain, rings on 3 fingers. His face is round and pleasant. He looks like someone's fun uncle. He's killed at least a dozen people personally. You know, this from the FBI briefings. He stands when you approach. He shakes your hand. His grip is firm, but not aggressive. Chai says you're solid. He says his voice is smooth, educated. Sit, eat, let's talk. You order the ribeye because it's the second cheapest thing on the menu. El Gordo orders 2 appetizers and the tomahawk steak. He orders a bottle of wine. It costs $400. He talks about his daughter. She's studying pre-med at UTEP. He's proud of her. He talks about the Broncos. He thinks they'll make the playoffs. He talks about his ex-wife. She took the house in Juarez. He doesn't seem bitter. Then he leans forward. His voice drops. I need someone I can trust in California. Someone to manage the Los Angeles distribution. It's a promotion. $20,000 a month plus percentages. Your heart stops. $20,000 a month. That's $240,000 a year. That's enough to move your daughter to a good school. That's enough to disappear. But it's also deeper. So much deeper. Los Angeles means you're no longer a driver. You're management. You're giving orders. You're responsible for dozens of people. And every single one of them is now part of your FBI report. I'm honored. You say, your voice sounds like it's coming from someone else. El Gordo smiles. He raises his wine glass. To new beginnings. You clink glasses. The wire on your chest is recording everything. You take a sip. The wine tastes like ash. Level 6, the manager. You're in Los Angeles, an apartment in Pico Union, 2 bedrooms. The furniture came with it. A couch that sags in the middle, a TV mounted to the wall. The windows face a laundromat. You can hear the dryers running at all hours. You manage 8 street-level dealers. Their names are Memo, Flaco, Spider, Trigger, Bones, Chepe, Droopy, and a kid everyone calls Payaso, even though he never smiles. They're all between 19 and 32. Most of them have kids. Most of them have records. All of them report to you. You meet with them twice a week, Monday and Thursday, a rotating location. This week, it's a parking garage downtown. You collect their money. You give them their re-up, cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, methamphetamine. You move all of it through 6 neighborhoods across 4 gang territories. You text Martinez after every meeting, names, locations, quantities. You're feeding the FBI everything. They're building a RICO case. Like Martinez told you that on your last call. We're building something big. You're the foundation. You don't feel like a foundation. You feel like a crack. Payaso comes to you on a Tuesday. He's 22. Face tattoos. His girlfriend just had a baby. He wants to know if you can front him an extra half kilo. He's got a new buyer. Rich college kids in Los Feliz. They pay premium. You say yes. You front him the product. You text Martinez about it. You include Payaso's real name, his address, his girlfriend's name, the hospital where his daughter was born. 2 weeks later, Payaso gets arrested. LAPD pulls him over in Echo Park. They find 2 kilos in his trunk. He's looking at 15 years mandatory. The rest of your dealers don't know it was you. They think Payaso got sloppy. They think he was followed. They think the cops got lucky. You go to his girlfriend's apartment with an envelope of cash, $2,000 for the baby, you say. She cries. She thanks you. She says, you're a good man. You're not a good man. You're the reason her daughter's father is in prison. You sit in your car outside her building, your hands are on the steering wheel. You don't move for 30 minutes. A homeless man knocks on your window asking for change. You give him a 20. He looks confused. You drive away. Martinez calls that night. The Payaso arrest is huge. We've got him on distribution and conspiracy. He's already talking. He's giving up his suppliers. This is exactly what we need. He has a baby, you say. So do you, Martinez says. Remember why you're doing this. You hang up. You remember. You remember the federal building in El Paso. You remember the folder. You remember your daughter's name on a post-it note. That memory is the only thing keeping you from walking into the ocean. Level 7, the test. You're sitting in a booth at a Korean barbecue place in Koreatown. El Gordo is across from you. He flew in from El Paso. He's wearing a linen suit, no tie. He looks relaxed. That makes you nervous. He cooks beef on the grill between you. The meat sizzles, smoke rises. He uses the tongs carefully, precisely. He likes his meat medium rare. He offers you a piece with the tongs. You take it. It's perfect. You've done good work, he says. The LA operation is running smooth. Numbers are up. No heat. No heat. You've fed the FBI 14 arrests in the last 4 months. There's heat everywhere. He just doesn't see it yet. Yeah, but I need to know I can trust you, El Gordo says. He's not looking at you. He's watching the meat cook. There's a problem in Riverside. A distributor named Tomas. He's been skimming. 5% off every shipment for 8 months. That's $120,000. You know what's coming. You've known since he sat down. I need you to handle it, El Gordo, says. He places another piece of beef on your plate, personally. Handle it. He means kill him. He's asking you to commit murder. Your throat is dry. You drink water from a plastic cup. The ice rattles. When, you ask? This week, El Gordo says. Chewy will give you the address. You go alone. You do it clean. You prove to me you're serious. You nod. You don't trust your voice? El Gordo smiles. He raises his beer. To loyalty, he says. You're in your car outside the restaurant. Your hands are shaking. You call Martinez. He answers on the first ring. Or, they want me to kill someone, you say. Who? A distributor in Riverside. Tomas, I don't have a last name yet. Silence on the line, then, let me call you back. He calls back 40 minutes later. You're parked outside a 7-Eleven. You've been sitting there staring at nothing. We'll handle it, Martinez says. We'll arrest Tomas on an unrelated warrant before you're supposed to do it. We'll make it look like bad timing. El Gordo will think he got picked up by local PD. You'll be clear. And if that doesn't work, it will work, Martinez says. Trust the process. You want to laugh. Trust the process. You're an FBI informant inside a cartel being asked to commit murder, and you're supposed to trust the process. 3 days later, Tomas gets arrested at a traffic stop in Riverside, possession of an illegal firearm. Outstanding warrant for unpaid child support. He's in county jail. El Gordo calls you personally. Bad luck, he says. But I like that you were ready. You passed the test. You passed the test. You didn't have to kill anyone, but you were ready to. That's what he thinks. That's what you let him think. And somewhere deep in your brain, in a place you don't want to look, you wonder if you really would have done it. You don't know the answer. That terrifies you more than anything else. Level 8, the informant. You're in a safe house in Glendale. It's the first time you've met Martinez in person since El Paso. The place is a rental condo, beige carpet, rental furniture. There are 3 other FBI agents with him. They don't introduce themselves. They sit at a dining table with laptops and file folders. Martinez shows you a chart on a whiteboard. It's an org chart. Sinaloa Cartel Southwest Operations. El Gordo is at the top. Lines branch down to 15 names. Your name is there, circled in red. We're ready to move, Martinez says. We've got enough for RICO charges on everyone in this chart. Conspiracy, distribution, money laundering, we're talking 25 to life for the top tier. Your mouth is dry. When? 4 weeks. We need to coordinate with DEA, Border Patrol, and LAPD. It's a multi-jurisdictional takedown, simultaneous raids, 63 arrest warrants. You'll be extracted 24 hours before. Witness protection, new identity, relocation. Witness protection. You've known. This was coming. You've known since the first day. But hearing it said out loud makes it real. Witness protection means you disappear. Your daughter disappears, your ex-wife disappears, your entire life gets erased and rewritten. Where, you ask? We can't tell you until extraction. Somewhere in the Midwest, probably. Small city, new name, new social security number, new everything. One of the other agents, a woman with short gray hair, slides a folder across the table. You'll testify. Grand jury first, then trial. The trials will take 18 months minimum. You'll be the star witness. Your testimony will put away the entire operation. You open the folder. There are photos inside. Crime scene photos, bodies, like some of them are people you know. Memo, Bones, Flacco from Albuquerque, they're all dead. Executed, cartel cleanup. This is what happens when the organization thinks there's a leak, the woman says. They don't investigate, they purge. We need to move before they figure out. It's you. You stare at the photo of Memo. He's lying in a ditch outside Barstow. Single gunshot to the back of the head. His eyes are open. He's wearing the same Dodgers cap he wore every time you saw him. He has 3 kids. Had 3 kids. Why did they kill him, you ask? They didn't need a reason, Martinez says. They're tightening up, cutting loose ends. You're a loose end. That's why we're moving now. You leave the safe house at midnight. You drive back to your apartment in Pico Union. The laundromat across the street is closed. The dryers are silent. You sit on your couch in the dark. Your FBI phone buzzes. A text from Martinez. 4 weeks. Stay sharp. Stay safe. You don't respond. You think about Payaso's girlfriend. You think about her baby. You think about Memo's kids. You think about your own daughter. You're doing this for her. That's what you tell yourself. You're not sure you believe it anymore. You're not sure what you believe. You're sitting alone in a room full of people who would kill for you, and you've never felt more alone in your life. Level 9, the extraction. You're in your apartment at 2 in the morning when the knock comes. 3 soft taps, then 2, then 1. The pattern Martinez taught you. You open the door. 2 agents you've never seen before, black tactical gear, no badges visible. One of them is holding a duffel bag. We're leaving now, the first one says. Grab nothing, we have everything you need. My phone, leave it. Everything stays. You walk out with us right now. You leave the apartment. You don't lock the door. You walk down 3 flights of stairs. There's a black Suburban in the alley, tinted windows, government plates. You get in the back seat. The door locks automatically. You drive for 6 hours. You don't know where you're going. The windows are tinted too dark to see landmarks. You stop once at what feels like a rural gas station. You're allowed to use the bathroom. There's an agent outside the door. You look at yourself in the mirror. Your face looks the same. Everything else is different. You arrive at a facility outside Phoenix. It's a bureau safe site, concrete building, barbed wire fence. You're given a room. It has a bed, a desk, a TV that only plays local news, no windows. You're told you'll be here for 72 hours while they finalize the raid. Martinez visits you on day 2. He brings you a bag from Taco Bell. You haven't eaten real food in 36 hours. The crunch wrap tastes like the best thing you've ever had. It's happening tonight. He says, simultaneous raids, El Paso, Albuquerque, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Tucson, 63 arrest warrants. It's the biggest cartel takedown in Southwest history, and it's all because of you. You don't feel proud. You feel numb. Martinez pulls out a folder. Your new identity. Study it, memorize it. You're David Sullivan now. Born in Columbus, Ohio, electrical technician, divorced, 1 daughter. We've kept that detail the same, so it's easier for you. David Sullivan. You say the name out loud. It sounds like someone you'd meet at a sports bar. It doesn't sound like you. Your daughter and ex-wife are being relocated separately. You'll have supervised contact. Phone calls twice a month, video calls once a quarter, in-person visits once a year. supervised. Once a year, you repeat, it's for her safety and yours. If the cartel finds you, they find her. This is the deal. You want to scream, you want to put your fist through the wall, you want to run, but you sit there. You nod, you say, I understand. That night, you watch the news, the raids are the top story. 63 arrests, 250 kilos of drugs seized, $4 million in cash. The reporter calls it a major blow to the Sinaloa cartel. She's standing outside a house you recognize. It's El Gordo's house in El Paso. He's being walked out in handcuffs. His face is calm. He looks directly at the camera. You wonder if he's looking at you. The next morning, you're moved again. This time, it's a plane, a small jet, government, 4 seats. You're the only passenger besides 2 agents. You fly for 3 hours. You land in a city you don't recognize. Gray sky, flat landscape, everything looks cold. You're driven to an apartment. It's in a suburb, a place called Overland Park, Kansas. The apartment is furnished, IKEA furniture, generic art on the walls. There's a refrigerator stocked with basics, milk, eggs, bread, cheese. Someone has tried to make this feel like a home. You're David Sullivan now. You have a driver's license with a Kansas address. You have a social security card. You have a bank account with $75,000 in it, relocation payment, witness protection stipend, blood money. You sit on the couch in your new apartment. The TV is showing a game show. The sound is off. You can see your reflection in the black screen. You don't recognize yourself. That's the point. Level 10, the witness. You're sitting in a federal courtroom in El Paso. It's 18 months later. You've testified in front of 4 grand juries. This is the trial. United States versus Jorge El Gordo Salazar and 17 co-defendants. The biggest cartel prosecution in a decade. You're wearing a suit. The FBI bought it for you. It's navy blue. The tie is too tight. You've lost weight. You're down to 165 pounds. You don't sleep well. The apartment in Overland Park is quiet. Too quiet. You miss the sound of the dryers. El Gordo is sitting at the defense table. He's wearing a suit too. Expensive, tailored. His lawyers are 3 men in matching ties. They've been attacking your credibility for 2 days. Criminal history, drug use, cooperation agreement. They paint you as a liar, a criminal, a snitch. They're not wrong. The prosecutor, a woman named Sarah Chen, asks you to identify the defendant. You point to El Gordo. He's looking directly at you. His face is neutral. He doesn't blink. You look away first. You testify for 6 hours. You describe the meetings, the shipments, the distribution network, the money. You provide dates, locations, amounts. You describe the meeting at Los Arcos. The wire recording is played for the jury. Your voice sounds strange coming through the courtroom speakers. The defense cross-examines you. They ask about the money you made, $35,000 over 18 months. They ask if you kept any of it. You did. $17,000. You gave the rest to your ex-wife. They ask if you think you're a hero. You say no. They ask if you feel guilty. You say yes. They ask if you'd do it again. You pause. You say yes. The jury convicts El Gordo on all counts: racketeering, conspiracy, drug trafficking, money laundering, continuing criminal enterprise. He's sentenced to 40 years in federal prison. He'll be 83 when he's eligible for parole. He doesn't react to the verdict. He's walked out in shackles. He looks at you one more time. You can't read his expression. You fly back to Kansas the next day. You're met at the airport by your FBI handler, not Martinez. Someone new. A younger agent named Phillips. Martinez retired, took a job in the private sector. Phillips tells you this in the car. You don't ask for details. You go back to your apartment in Overland Park. You work part-time at an electrical supply warehouse. Your coworkers call you Dave. They don't know anything about you. You tell them you're from Ohio. You tell them you're divorced. You tell them normal lies. You talk to your daughter twice a month. Video calls. She's 9 now. She doesn't understand why you can't visit. Your ex-wife has told her you're working overseas. Construction job. It's easier than the truth. She asks when you're coming home. You say soon. Yeah, you've been saying soon for 18 months. One night, you're at a sports bar in Overland Park. It's a Wednesday. You're drinking a beer, watching a game you don't care about. A guy sits next to you, late 20s. He orders a shot of tequila. He strikes up a conversation. He asks what you do. You say electrical work. He says, that's cool. He asks if you've ever thought about making real money. Your chest tightens. You recognize the approach. You've done this approach. You know exactly what comes next. He's recruiting. He's testing. He's looking for someone reliable, someone who needs cash, someone who can keep their mouth shut. You finish your beer. You pay your tab. You leave. The guy doesn't follow you. You walk to your car in the parking lot. You sit behind the wheel. Your hands are shaking. You're David Sullivan, electrical technician, divorced father, witness protection. You're safe. You're invisible. But somewhere in El Paso, someone else is sitting in a windowless room at the federal building. Special Agent Phillips is sliding a folder across the table, a mugshot on top, a daughter's name on a post-it note. The same offer, the same deal, the same lie. The cycle repeats. It always does.